Hello there, and welcome to another CD collection video. I decided I'd do an update on my CD collection because I've gotten quite a few more CDs since the last one. So I guess let's not waste any time. So I'm not going to cut out all the ones that were in the last videos. That wasn't supposed to be in there. And I'm just going to show you them all again. So yeah, you can't stop me because I can't actually remember what I had and didn't have. I remember the stuff I didn't have, but I don't remember the stuff that I did have, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's get right into it. So first we have High Voltage, AC/DC. Very good album. Might actually be my favourite AC/DC album. It's really good. Technically it's a compilation considering the original. It's technically a combination of the original High Voltage and TNT, but hey, it's the originals were never released outside of Australia, so I can't get them. Well, I can get them, but not for a cheap price. So next we got AC/DC Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. This is one that a lot of people love, but I've never listened to a song off of this except for the title track, so I don't know. Next we have Let There Be Rock. The Bon Scott era is my favourite era of AC/DC. So like I haven't really listened to much off of this album either. I've listened to the title track, obviously the crew hasn't. Whole Lot of Rosie, of course I've listened to that as well. Of course, yeah. I listened to a couple songs off of this, but I've never listened to the full album. I think there's only 3 AC/DC albums I've ever listened to the full way through. It's High Voltage, Rock or Bust, and Back in Black. Next we have Porridge, which I believe was the first album with, what's his name? Cliff, the bassist, yeah. This is their first album with him. And this was, I've heard a couple things off of this album. It was friggin' really good from what I heard, so I'm going to actually get listening to this album pretty soon. Next we have another absolutely fantastic album, which I am going to listen to the full way through at some point. I definitely will, because everything I've heard off of this album has been fantastic. Highway to Hell, the final Bon Scott album. I absolutely love this. There's a bunch of good songs on it, like Highway to Hell, of course the title track. Girls Got Rhythm is an absolute classic. Walk All Over You, Touch Too Much, stuff like that. All fantastic songs. So next we got a bit of a predicament because I got 2 copies of Back in Black. But I have a cardboard copy and a dual case copy. So I'm going to show you this because it's the one I always listen to. I just got this because like whenever I got all the other AC/DC albums, this just came with them. So this says it's only one album, so might as well get it. So this is, of course, an absolutely fantastic album. The first album with Brian Johnson, and it has stuff like Hell's Bells, Shoot the Thrill, Back in Black, friggin', what else is on here? I have a really bad memory, just saying. Shook Me All Night Long, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. Well, I friggin' love Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. That's an absolute friggin' classic song. Although my favourites are definitely Hell's Bells and the title track, so yeah. Next we have For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Absolutely fantastic album. The title track is an awesome song. Absolutely love it. It's funny because they actually released an album 3 years in a row. So Highway to Hell, Back in Black, and then this album. 3 albums in 3 years. Pretty insane. Next we have Flick of the Switch. This is whenever they sort of started to go downhill a little bit because their music sort of started to lose its charm, if you know what I mean. So there wasn't a lot off this album, which I actually really liked. So there's pretty much nothing, actually. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing on here that I actually liked. And Fly on the Wall, again, another pretty disappointing album. There wasn't really that much on it. Only reason I actually have it on CD is because, well, I wanted to have all their CDs, so I just bought a massive box full of them. I had pretty much everything except for Black Ice and Rock or Bust. I already had Rock or Bust. I mean, I'm not even going to go into this, but yeah, this album is pretty disappointing. Okay, Who Made Who? This was a bit of a redemption, I guess. It had like, the hell even is this, to be honest? I don't even know really what this is. Is this a compilation album? I never even knew this. Is this a compilation album? If it is, I didn't know that. Okay then. Okay, I look like a fucking idiot. But yeah, this album. Yeah, the title track's pretty good. The song Who Made Who. compilation album? Is it? I didn't know that, if it is, because I saw it had Hell's Bells and Feels About to Rock on it, so I was like, what? Okay, I feel like a fucking idiot. But, next we have, of course, Blow Up Your Video. This album was awful. What even is this album? What is this? What in the hell am I holding in my hands? Oh, and by the way, I should probably explain how my CD collection works. I have the artists in alphabetical order, and if I have more than one CD by a particular artist, I'll just have them in the order that they came out. However, what do you call them? Compilation albums, live albums, anything that's not a studio album will immediately be thrown to the end. So that's how that works. Next we have The Razor's Edge. This is considered their comeback album. It had songs like Thunderstruck, Money Talks, and that's about it. Honestly, I didn't really like anything apart from those two songs. I didn't even like Thunderstruck that much. I didn't really like either of them that much. I mean, Thunderstruck's pretty good, I guess, but not the best. Next we have Ball Breaker. I've heard good things about this album, but I've never actually listened to anything off of it. Oh, actually, no, I've heard Hard as a Rock. Yep, okay. I'm an idiot, okay? You should know that by this point. Next we have Stiff Upper Lip. I actually really like the title track off of this album. I actually thought it was really good, but apart from that, again, pretty disappointing album. And next, we have Black Ice. I'm not big on this album, honestly, but, what was it called? Okay, it's really hard to see the stuff in the back of this album. Anything Goes, that's what the song was called. I really like that song. It's really good. Okay then. And final AC/DC studio album, Rock or Bust. Of course it has the... Yep, I think that's really cool. So I like the first three songs off of this album, Rock or Bust, Play Ball, and Rock the Blues Away. Those are really good songs. But apart from that, again, pretty disappointing album. Of course, there are people saying that AC/DC are going back into the studio to record a new album with Brian Johnson, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm not sure how touring's going to work, but whatever. And next we have the Jailbreak EP. This had a bunch of good songs on it, like obviously Jailbreak, which was never released outside of Australia, I'm pretty sure. Of course, a bunch of stuff off of like TNT and stuff like that. So like Baby Please Don't Go, I love that song. So that's a really cool EP. I really like that. Next we got If You Want Blood, a live album. Really good. Definitely really good. Because obviously I just really like live albums because I like listening to what bands sound like live rather than just in studio. Because a lot of bands are better live than they are in studio. And actually got AC/DC Live, another live album. Really good. Of course, it's had a bunch of really good songs on it. There's a deluxe edition as well, but I don't have it, so that sucks. And just before we end the AC/DC thing, let me go get something. Oh God. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. But I actually have the DVD of Live in River Plate. That's what it is. Live at River Plate. I don't have the CD, but I do have the DVD. I made like, okay, if you're wondering what happened over there, I built like a Mario and Luigi out of Lego, like their original 8-bit sprites. And the Mario was actually sitting on top of this, so it fucking fell and smashed everywhere, so... Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that after, so... Fuck, but... Anyway. Next we have Avenged Sevenfold, Nightmare. Now we're getting into my album, and I friggin' love this kind of stuff. This album especially was really good. And the title track, of course, is awesome. So Far Away is the saddest song of all time, in my humble opinion. But this is a really good album. I'm really... You guys can't really see the album cover, so I'm trying to like get it to shine under the light so you can kind of see it. But yeah, Nightmare, really good album. Next we got Heal to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. This album was a bit of a disappointment, I'm going to be honest. Of course, it did. I actually liked the title track, and This Means War was the first Avenged Sevenfold song I ever heard, so I'm going to have a soft spot for that. And apart from those two songs, there's really nothing on this album. Actually, funny story with Hail to the King. First concert I ever went to was an Avenged Sevenfold concert. And whenever I went to the concert, as soon as Hail to the King came on, the dude who was sitting beside me ran up, he started rocking out on the stairs, and the dudes, like all the security guards and stuff, started telling him to sit down. And this old dude who was sitting behind him started smacking him in the head with his freaking cane. It was freaking hilarious. The old dude was a bit of a dick, honestly, but whatever. Next we got, if it would come the fuck out, the stage, Avenged Sevenfold. Of course, they actually, at that same concert, they actually started off with the title track off of Here. I kind of wish I had the deluxe edition so I could get that cover of Wish You Were Here, which they also played at the show, by the way. And yeah, this is a pretty good album. It was definitely, it's technically a concept album, although M Shadows has said that he doesn't consider it one, but he's talking shit. Definitely a concept album right there. Next, we're slightly out of my element, but I still like this. The Beatles, One. Of course, we got all the hits on here, except for their cover of, fuck. I forget what it was called already. Twist and Shout. I have a really bad memory, as I said. But yeah, this has every Beatles song that I actually like, except for Twist and Shout. It fucking needs to be on here. And the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. Love that song. The guitars now are really good. Of course, it's only like a 1 minute long song, but I don't really give a fuck, so. Next, we got Black Sabbath Greatest Hits. This has literally everything. It's a 2-disc album, as you can see there, and of course you got a picture of the band there. So it has everything pretty much every Black Sabbath song. And this is only the Ozzy years though. It doesn't have anything like with Dio on it. But of course it has stuff like Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs, and their self-titled song, shit like that. So it's really good, really good stuff. Next we got Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. This is a really good album. It had a lot of good stuff like You Give Love a Bad Name, Living on a Prayer, and one of my favourite Bon Jovi songs, Wanted Dead or Alive. It's not my favourite. It used to be my favourite, but it isn't anymore. But yeah, really good album. Definitely a fantastic album. Next, we got Keep the Faith, of course. That's the title track, which is alright, I suppose. And it has Bed of Roses, which is absolutely beautiful. I love that song. But yeah, another pretty good album. It's not as good as Slippery When Wet, but it's still pretty good. And next, we have a Bon Jovi album that I don't like, which is Lost Highway. Yeah, this... okay, first of all, this case is in terrible condition. It's one of the cases that you have to push on the sides, like to open. It's one of those, except this one doesn't work, so it just works like a normal case. But yeah, this is whenever they decided to try and do a country album. Didn't work out. It was awful. They can do country music. They definitely can. Who She Said Can't Go Home. Fucking love that. I love that song. And the country version of it was really good, but the original was country enough anyway. And next we got Bon Jovi Greatest Hits. Of course, you got all the great Bon Jovi songs. Except for Runaway and In and Out of Love. Where are those two songs? Get them on this album. Seriously. Oh my god, you're missing. They're on the deluxe edition, but they're not on the regular edition. Like seriously, Runaway is such a good song. And In and Out of Love. I freaking love those two songs. Disturbed, Immortalized, of course. We got the absolutely amazing Sound of Silence cover on here. Honestly, I didn't know that David Draymond could pull that kind of thing off until I heard that song. And of course, another good song off here is What Are You Waiting For? That's a freaking awesome song. Kick ass. I think that's the first time I've actually given the horns in this video. Kind of surprised because I give the horns all the time. Okay, next we are kind of out of the rock kind of thing. We're into Ed Sheeran. I actually really like Ed Sheeran. I really do. So this is the Wembley edition of his second studio album, Multiply. Of course, if I take it out, it's just Multiply. But of course, this has a lot of really good songs on it. It has stuff like Sing, Don't, and the reason I like this I think out loud as well. But the reason I like this version so much is because it has I See Fire on it. But not only that, it's called the Wembley edition because there's the CD. I open it up. There's actually a DVD on the other side of a concert he played in Wembley Stadium. So that's pretty cool. I got a DVD of him playing in Wembley. See, I love Ed Sheeran. The only album I don't have by him is his debut album, Plus, which came out 7 years ago. Like, that's insane. And of course, we have the most popular album of last year, Divide by Ed Sheeran. This has so many good songs on it. Like the opening track, Eraser, Castle on the Hill, Dive, Perfect, Shape of You, Galway Girl. And this is the deluxe edition, so I have stuff like Nancy Mulligan and stuff on it. Absolutely fantastic album. It was definitely one of the best albums of last year, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, say what you will about Ed Sheeran, I love him, of course, because it's the deluxe edition. I got a little sleeve for it. Freaking cool. On the back of it, actually, to show you where the bonus tracks are, there's a little like line there. And it goes into the bonus tracks. It's really cool. Continuing with the theme of not being rock, we have rap. So Eminem, Slim Shady LP. Well, not his first album. Infinite was his first album. It was his breakthrough album. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. What was on there? Guilty Conscience. I absolutely love Guilty Conscience. And of course we got My Name Is, bunch of good songs. And what was that one called that had his daughter on it? 97 Bonnie and Clyde. Okay, that was a bit fucked up. The way he like pretended that he was going to take Haley to Chuck E. Cheese. He told Kim that, but then he actually took her into the studio and made her record a friggin' song. That's fucked up. No, that's fucked up, Slim. Like, come on, man. You're better than that. And next, we got the Marshall Mathers LP. Whenever I actually ordered all these Eminem albums, I was ordering them off the HMV website. And for some reason on the HMV website, this and Marshall Mathers LP2 both have the Marshall Mathers LP2 picture, so I accidentally ordered 2 of these. So that sucks. But this is probably his best album. There's so many good friggin' songs on it. Stuff like The Way I Am, Real Slim Shady. Friggin' absolutely amazing. Just, absolutely love. What else is on here, actually? I always forget what's on this album. I don't know why. I'm really bad with that kind of stuff. Stan. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Stan. And when it comes to Stan, I like it with the music video, but without the music video, it just kind of seems weird to me. Next, we got the Eminem Show. This is amazing, and there's so many good things on it. Like Cleaning Out My Closet, absolutely great call out to his mum, who was a bitch to him. Without Me, which is a brilliant song. Sing for the Moment, and of course, probably one of the best songs off of this album that I can't remember the name of, Till I Collapse. There we go. Can't believe I forgot the name because I fucking love it. I fucking love Till I Collapse. Absolutely brilliant album. Definitely should check it out. This is probably the album I'd recommend to people who aren't into Eminem. Listen to this album first, that's what I'd say. A lot of other people would say Marshall Mathers LP or Slim Shady LP. I say this album. And next we got Relapse. Okay, I'm going to be honest, the only reason I actually got this album was because I thought this was the one that had Not Afraid on it. But no, that's Recovery, so I haven't heard a single song off of this album. So yeah, that's a bit shit, but whatever. And of course we have Revival, the album that he dropped last year, which had so much controversy. So this has stuff like Walk on Water and River featuring Ed Sheeran. I actually like the stuff I've heard off of this album, but a lot of people gave this album a bunch of shit. Of course he has dropped a new album now called Kamikaze. I will be reviewing that over my rap channel at some point. I'm not sure when, but at some point I will. And of course I said I would recommend the Eminem Show. Most people would actually recommend this Curtain Call with all of his hits on it. Of course, I don't think so. Okay, seriously. After the intro, the first song is Fack. Literally the worst Eminem song. I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that song. Sorry, had to. Then it goes into The Way I Am, My Name Is, Stan, Lose Yourself. And the only reason I would actually say you should get this album is because it has Lose Yourself on it, which was never on any of his studio albums. So, definitely worth getting just for that. Shake That, Sing for the Moment, Without Me. Toy Soldiers I'm not too big on, to be honest. Real Slim Shady, Mockingbird, Guilty Conscience. It's Cleaning Out My Closet. Just Lose It When I'm Gone. And then a live performance of Stan with Elton John, so that's definitely worth it. It's definitely a good album. So yeah. And next we actually have an Elvis Greatest Hits album. Rockin' Elvis, a 3-disc album. Pretty much every Elvis song you could want is on here. So stuff like Jailhouse Rock, Hound Dog, Heartbreak Hotel, you know, All Shook Up, all that kind of stuff. And next we were into Fall Out Boy. We're finally back into proper rock. Elvis is rock as well, but this is like modern rock, like punk rock. Of course, this album has stuff like okay, listen. For those of you who aren't big on Fall Out Boy, this is literally the first song. This is literally the name of the first song on the album. Our lawyer made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued. Literally the name of the song. Of course, we also got Sugar We're Going Down and Dance Dance. All good album. I actually have every Fall Out Boy album except for the first one. I forget what it's called. I have really bad memory. Usually I would be able to remember, but I can't remember it now for some reason. Next we got Infinity on High. Again, fantastic album. Stuff like Thanks for the Memories and fuck, my memory is killing me right now. This is actually annoying me. This ain't a Same It's an Arm Race. I didn't even see it in the back of the freaking album. I just remembered it. Seriously, it's fucking annoying. I can remember things really well, but whenever I'm on video, I can't. It's just, it's annoying. And of course, next we got Fully Ado. This is another one of those pushed open albums. These cases I'm not too big on, but they're alright. Of course, this has their cover of Beat It and I Don't Care. This is an incredibly underrated album. It really is. Because this is their last proper like rock album before they went on hiatus and came back. It's a pop band. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. I had these two in the wrong order, so I'm just going to talk about these at the same time. Because I had this before I had this on, so I messed that up. So first we got Save Rock and Roll. This is whenever Fall Out Boy came back. Whenever Fall Out Boy came back after the massive hiatus. I love every song off of this album. Phoenix. My songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Alone Together, Where's the Party Go, Just One Yesterday, The Mighty Fall. The Mighty Fall is fucking awesome. Missing You, Death Valley is pretty forgettable, I'm going to be honest. Young Volcanoes, Rat-a-Tat is really shit. Especially since it has Courtney Love on. And Save Rock and Roll featuring Elton John. Awesome song. I absolutely love this album. It's a bit of a rock pop fusion album, but I absolutely love it. Also, the only reason I've actually listened to the full album is because, let's be honest, it's because friggin' they had a bunch of music videos, all the music videos for all the songs told the story, so, yeah. But I've never listened to it in album order. Okay, now this is a really small case, I'm not sure why this is so small, but this is American Beauty, American Psycho. I hate the title track off of this, just for the record, it's awful. But then, of course, we've got things like Centuries, The Kids Aren't Alright, friggin' What Do You Think You Are, do you think you're the friggin' Offspring? And then we got Immortals, of course, which is from Big Hero 6, but honestly I prefer this version because they changed it up a bit. So yeah, definitely a good album. It is probably one of their worst albums, but still, it's alright. Still, I don't know why the case is so small. And of course, oh, Mania. I pre-ordered this album, I'm not even joking. And it took like a week to come. I listened to this album the full way through, and I loved it at the time. But Jesus, is this album bad. Oh my God, this album. I don't even know what to say about this album, honestly. What was the track listing again? I can't even friggin' remember. I can't see in the back, but I remember it had Young and Menace, which I'll be honest, Young and Menace grew on me after a while. Champion, which I do still think Champion's a pretty good song. Last of the Real Ones, which most people agree is a good song. Wilson Expensive Mistakes is a straight up good song. Hold Me Tight or Don't is again a good song, I definitely like it. Okay, The Butcher's Knife Trick, or whatever the hell it's called, is probably the most forgettable song off of this album. Even whenever I did actually like this album, I still didn't like that song. Sunshine Riptide is straight up bullshit. Okay, the first song, okay, I can't even see the back of that. The first song's alright, it's not the best, but I'm going to be honest, the only two songs I ever keep coming back to are Wilson Expensive Mistakes and friggin' Hold Me Tight or Don't. Those are the only two songs I ever come back to off of this album. So I don't know how I like this album, but I actually hate this album. Like, it's just, and it's only been, it just came out in January. I loved it. Oh, it was January or February, I don't even care. But whenever this album first came out, I loved it, and it hasn't even been a year yet, and I already hate it. Oh god. Of course, now we've got Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. This is the only Foo Fighters studio album I have on CD, but of course, I just walked into a music shop and saw this, and I was like, nah, there's nothing really else, might as well get it. And that stuff like Run was a fantastic song, by the way. Sky is a Neighborhood, you know, honestly, those are the only two songs I've actually heard off the album. I will listen to it at some point, to be honest. I just bought it because of those two songs, because the only other one I have is their Greatest Hits album. So I just wanted to get those two songs on CD since this was released way before them. However, this does have a really cool acoustic version of Everlong at the very end of the album, which is really cool. Of course, you got All My Life, which is still my favorite Foo Fighters song. The Pretender, which is another one of my favorites. Best of You, which is a bit to be honest. My Hero, Everlong, of course, absolute classic. It's not the best song people say it is, but it's still pretty good. It's the one that everybody knows, anyway. Next, we're getting into one of my two favorite bands, Green Day. This is their breakthrough album, Dookie. This album fucking exploded in '94. Oh my god. Of course, it has a bunch of things like When I Come Around, The Almighty Basket Case, Burnout, Longview, and the re-recorded version of Welcome to Paradise. I love the bass line on Longview, by the way. Awesome bass line. If you're trying to get into Green Day, this is one of the two albums that I would suggest. Definitely a good album. And now we're getting in. Next, we have two of Green Day's most underrated albums. Nimrod, of course. This is the one that everybody knows. The only reason anybody ever talks about the song is because it has Time of Your Life on it, and Good Riddance. Absolutely fantastic song. What was the other one off of this? I already forget. Yes, I'm very bad at this. Hitchin' a Ride, of course. Yeah, this is definitely an underrated album. It definitely is. Now, from underrated to straight up hated. Why does everybody hate Warning so much? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because, Warning, Blood, Sex and Booze, Church on Sunday, Minority, those are all fantastic songs. Why do people hate this album so much? I will never understand. And of course, the other album that I would suggest, if you're trying to get into Green Day, American Idiot. Oh my god, this album. So many good songs. The title track, Jesus of Suburbia, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Jesus of Suburbia. I already said Jesus of Suburbia, I meant to say Holiday, sorry. Of course, Wake Me Up When September Ends, We Are the Waiting, St. Jemmy, What's Her Name. Such a good album. Tells a really good story that was turned into a play and might even be turning into a film. So yeah, fantastic album. Boulevard of Broken Dreams is still my favourite song of all time. Next, we have another rock opera album, 21st Century Breakdown. Know Your Enemy is a pretty disappointing song, but I love 21 Guns, so yeah, I'm not big on it, but I do love 21 Guns. Of course, next we got the Greatest Hits album that they just released, and God's Favorite Band. Every song on this is a kick-ass song. Although there are a couple songs that I wish were on here, like the title track from Revolution Radio, Jesus of Suburbia, which I'm surprised wasn't on here. There was only one song from the Uno Dos Tres trilogy, which there should have been more because it was Oh Love that was on here. They should have had stuff like Let Yourself Go, Kill the DJ. They should have had more stuff like that because I enjoy those songs. It's just annoying they're not on here. Well, more songs from Uno anyway. Trey and Dawes. Dawes and Trey can fuck off. Those albums are awful. Especially Trey. No, sorry, especially Dawes. Fuck. Nightlife, such a bad song. And fucking Fuck Time, oh Jesus Christ. Never listen to that song. That's the cringiest thing I've ever heard. And of course, next we got the album that everybody friggin' associates with me. Friggin' Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. The reason everybody associates this with me is because I have the shirt. It's my phone background. It's my phone cover. It's my phone background. And last year, and for school last year, it was all over my bag. Everybody associates this album with me. And to be honest, I'm not actually as big on it as I act like I am. Well, not that I act like I am, it's just like the way you I'm not as big on it as you would think I am. I do absolutely love Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine. Night Train is a fucking amazing song. Oh my god. Then we got stuff like Mr. Brownstone, Paradise City. Oh my god. Guns N' Roses need to make, like, if Guns N' Roses ever start making new music again, they need to make something like this again. Then we got GNR Lies, which just had a couple live tracks on it. Of course, I had stuff like Patience, One in a Million, some acoustic stuff. Definitely very different for Guns N' Roses. However, it is technically a studio album, so that's why I'm saying it is. Boom. Then we got Use Your Illusion 1. Probably the better out of the Illusion records because it has stuff like the Don't Cry original. November Rain, Live and Let Die. What else was on here actually? I forget. Garden of Eden, of course. I freaking love that. So yeah, definitely the better out of the Illusion records. However, Use Your Illusion 2, okay, hold on, one thing about this album. For some reason this doesn't have, like, this was obviously supposed to have the black thing, like all the other Guns N' Roses albums do. So, but it has like a clear case, so that just shows white there, so that's why that is. I'm gonna have to get that fixed at some point. But this album isn't bad at all. It has one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs, Civil War. Absolutely love that song. And that cover, their cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is better than their Live and Let Die cover. They Don't Cry alternate lyrics, which isn't that good. I mean, My World's a pile of shit, but whatever. And then we got You Could Be Mine, which is awesome. So definitely not a bad album. Next, we got The Spaghetti Incident. Nope. Then we have Chinese Democracy. This album isn't as bad as people say it is. I love the title track. I've never listened to Shackler's Revenge, although I've heard it's actually pretty decent. Better is pretty good. Street of Dreams is a pile of shit. Scraped I actually kind of liked, to be honest. I thought Scraped wasn't as bad as people said it was, but yeah, this is a decent album. It's not awful like people say it is. Then we have their Greatest Hits album. Okay, there's a lot of songs that this is missing. It's missing Night Train, Mr. Brownstone. There's too many covers on it. To be honest, the only reason that a Guns N' Roses fan would pick this up is if they're not into those really good songs, and if they want Sympathy for the Devil, their cover of Sympathy for the Devil on the CD. So honestly, I just picked it up because at the time I wasn't really into all those, like, I wasn't really into Mr. Brownstone and Night Train, but now this is useless, man. Okay, it's not going back in. God damn it. And next we got Night Visions by Imagine Dragons. Imagine Dragons are, a lot of people give them a lot of shit, but I actually really like Imagine Dragons. Of course, this is their debut album. It's not their best album, but it's definitely not their worst. Of course, you got, of course, their breakout song, Radioactive. Then we got Demons, On Top of the World. Everybody knows all those songs. Demons is amazing. And so is Radioactive. I'm not too big on Top of the World, but whatever, honestly. Okay, my computer just freaked out. Give me a sec. I think YouTube really wants me to change my banner art for my gaming channel. But then next we got Imagine Dragons' second album, and their best album, in my opinion, Smoke and Mirrors. This has so many good songs on it. Friggin' I Bet My Life, I'm So Sorry is an awesome song. And then while this isn't the deluxe edition does have good songs like Monster and Battle Cry. So yeah, definitely the most diverse album, and I just love I'm So Sorry. Such a good song. Oh, yes. And of course we got Imagine Dragons' newest album, Evolve. This is actually, I ordered this like a couple weeks ago and got it like a couple days later. So this should have been the reissued version with Next to Me on it, but it isn't. So yeah, I don't have Next to Me on this. To be honest, I'm not too big on the song, so it doesn't bother me that much, but it's still annoying. But then of course you got Believer on here, Thunder, Whatever It Takes. Just, yeah. Yeah. Thunder's an awful song. I hate Thunder. But Whatever It Takes and Believer are really kick-ass songs. Next we have Brave New World by Iron Maiden. Okay, I don't know a single song off of this album. I just got this as a gift, so... yeah, that's all I really have to say. I will listen to it at some point, I'm not actually sure. Then we have Iron Maiden Greatest Hits. Iron Maiden, I saw Iron Maiden like a month ago in concert, and they were really, really good. This album has stuff like Run to the Hills, The Trooper, a live version of Aces High. Absolutely brilliant. Power Slave is on here as well. Their self-titled song, but it's a live version, so Bruce Dickinson's on it. Number of the Beast, Wasted Years, 2 Minutes to Midnight, all those kick-ass songs. Hallowed Be Thy Name. Oh my god, yeah. Amazing. And next we have one of my favourite albums of all time, Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. I was too harsh on this in my review. I actually do love every single song off of this album. I just listened to it like the full way through for like the 10th time, like yesterday. And oh my god, it's such a good album. It just kicks so much ass. I love Linkin Park. Linkin Park and Green Day are my two favourite bands. I can't decide on which one's my favourite. I'm leaning more towards Linkin Park, but honestly, I can't decide between the two bands. Next, we have Meteora by Linkin Park. Another fantastic album. Just absolutely fantastic. Got stuff like Don't Stay, Lying From You, Somewhere I Belong, Breaking the Habit, Faint, Numb, all these absolute kick-ass songs. And just, Shinoda's rapping. It's not as good on this album as it was on Hybrid Theory, but he's still a friggin' awesome rapper. I love him. And next we got Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park. This is the album where I felt like they kind of started to lose what they had before, but it's still not bad. I still like it. Of course, I have stuff like What I've Done, the first Linkin Park song I ever heard, because I was huge into Transformers whenever I was younger, so I always heard that. Give It Up, Leave Out All the Rest, Bleed It Out, Shadow of the Day, Hands Held High, Valentine's Day, which is a bit of an ode to Chester's dad, whose birthday was on Valentine's Day, so it was hard to have Valentine's Day without him, if that makes sense. Next, of course, we have the album that made everybody angry, 1,000 Suns. Okay, let's just talk about this album. Right. Okay, so see the Catalyst? The Catalyst is one of my favourite Linkin Park songs. You Can Fight Me. I absolutely love that song. The mixing on it was done so well. The mixture of Mike and Chester's vocals, just, it's such a good song. It's just, I love it. But apart from that, this album is actually pretty disappointing. But like, just, that one song. It's amazing. I love it. Next, we got Living Things. Of course, on here we got things like Lost in the Echo, Burn It Down, Castle of Glass. Castle of Glass is actually very similar to the Catalyst, but it's not as good as the Catalyst. Definitely not. Oh god. Next we got The Hunting Party, which was sort of their return to form, a lot of people said. Had stuff like All for Nothing, Guilty All the Same. I friggin' love Guilty All the Same. Kicks so much ass. We got Rebellion, of course, Until It's Gone. Just, oh my god, this album is so good. And then, of course, we have their most recent album, One More Light. This, okay, I'm going to be completely honest, this is one of my favourite Linkin Park albums. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's so good. To be honest, a lot of people are saying this is one of their worst albums. I absolutely love it, and I see why Chester was proud of it. Chester, fucking, I missed you, man. I missed you. Okay, and next we got Linkin Park live in Texas. This is a live show that they played just after Meteora released, and this actually has a DVD and CD, so that's awesome. I can see DVD, CD. I'm not actually sure if I prefer live DVDs or CDs because I love both, so that's why I'm so glad to have this. Obviously, that makes me annoyed that I only have the DVD version of this, but whatever. They should come together, like with this. And then we got the One More Light live album. This was like their This was Linkin Park's tribute to Chester, obviously. And I'm not sure if this is 100% correct, but I think the concert that's on this album was Chester's last concert, if I'm 100% correct, because I watched a video of his last concert and it was exactly the same as this. So this was Chester's last concert with them on CD, so it's amazing to listen to. And then we got a remix album, like a bit of a dance remix album with Steve Aoki. To be honest, the only reason I actually bought this is because it has A Light That Never Comes on it, which is a really good song. Fuck, what am I on? Next we're into a band a lot of people give shit to, but I actually really like. Maroon 5. Oh my god, I love Maroon 5. Again, this actually has the same problem as the Guns N' Roses album. Or it's supposed to have a bit of the black background, but it doesn't, so it's just white. So yeah, I'm going to have to get that fixed at some point. But talking about Jane, their debut album, Maroon 5's debut album, well, unless you count whenever they were Karis Flowers and they released Fourth World, but I don't, so yeah. I love Harder to Breathe, absolutely kick-ass rock song. They need to do more rock music, because like, while they are a pop band, whenever they do rock music, they rock so hard. I fucking love their stuff. And then we also got This Love, which of course is still considered to be one of their best songs. She Will Be Loved, which is another really good song. Okay, Adam Levine's a master of writing love songs, and this album really does show that. It's over here, I forgot. And next we have, in my opinion, their best album, It Won't Be Soon Before Long. Oh my god, such a good album. Like, If I Never See Your Face Again, Makes Me Wonder, Wake Up Call, Won't Go Home Without You, and I actually have the deluxe edition, so that means I have the If I Never See Your Face Again with Rihanna on it, which she actually did a surprisingly good job on that. So yeah, I really like this album. Definitely their best album in my opinion. Also, Adam Levine, he actually plays guitar on this entire album. Something that he should start doing again. And next, we've got the album that most people consider to be their last really good album, and that is Hands All Over. Bunch of good songs on here. Misery, Never Gonna Leave This Bed, the title track, another rock song. They need more rock songs, man. They just really do. Moves Like Jagger, of course, the one that nobody could escape. Moves Like Jagger. It's all I ever heard whenever it first came out. And of course, their little cover of Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Which, by the way, apparently a lot of people think Elvis actually did that song. He didn't. There's a bunch of videos online of like an Elvis version of it, but it's an impersonator. Don't buy into that shit. It's not true. Next, we got what a lot of people consider to be Maroon 5's Fall From Grace, but I still like this album. Overexposed. Bunch of good songs on here. One More Night, Payphone, Lucky Strike, and Moves Like Jagger's on here as well for some reason. It's a bonus track. It's weird, but yeah, Lucky Strike is an awesome song. One More Night's a bit underrated as well, to be honest. And then we have V. A lot of people consider this to be like one of their worst albums. It's alright, like it's not their best. It has a bunch of good songs. It has like 3 good songs on it actually. Maps, Animals, and Sugar is pretty good, I suppose. Like Adam Levine, like he can do high pitched vocals, but he shouldn't do it on every track. He does it a bit too much. Okay, this lighting is terrible. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean for lighting this bad. And then we have, oh fuck, their newest album, Red Pill Blues. 7 members strong. And yeah, this is a pretty bad album. It has some good songs on it. Like, I Like What Lovers Do. Pretty good song. Girls Like You is a bit overrated in my opinion. And of course, because I have the, well, this isn't even the deluxe edition. But it still has bonus tracks, like Don't Wanna Know, for instance. I wasn't super big on Don't Wanna Know, to be honest. I'm not big on this album, but there are a couple songs on there that I do like. This cover, though, what the fuck is this? And then we got, from pop to metal, Metallica. Of course, this is a fantastic album, definitely Metallica's best album. Stuff like Battery, Master of Puppets, Orion, Damage Incorporated, well, Damage Inc., but whatever. Absolutely fantastic stuff. The title track is definitely my favourite Metallica album. Song, fuck, why did I keep doing that? Definitely my favourite Metallica song, the title track, I just did a full 180. Then next we have a Metallica album that I'm not too big on, the Black Album. Guess why it's called that? This has some good songs on it. Enter Sandman's really overrated. Sad But True's alright, I guess. The Unforgiven's a really good song. And Nothing Else Matters is a great ballad, so yeah. My copy's frigged though. As you guys can see here. This little black bit always coming out. So that sucks, but whatever. The CD's still in good quality. It's still good quality, it's just the cover is terrible. And next, well, I actually got these in a box set, so it was this box set. But in order to save space in here, I just decided to take them all out of the box. So I'll cover these, I'll just take these all out. First got Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. I'm not big on this album, to be honest. It's not one of my favourite MJ albums, but it's alright. Next we have Thriller, one of my favourite MJ albums. Absolutely fantastic. The title track's awesome. Beat It is a fucking kick-ass song. Beat It, so, yeah, I just said Beat It. Billie Jean, sorry, is definitely a good song. Bad, of course, you got the title track. And The Way You're Making Me Feel. Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal, all that kind of stuff. I believe these are actually deluxe editions as well. Dangerous, we got stuff like Black or White, Remember the Time, of course. And then we have Invincible, I believe it is. Yeah, Invincible. And of course, this only has one good song on it, which is Rock My World. But apart from that, that album was pretty disappointing. It was the last album they released while he was alive. And they've released 2 since he's died. Bit confusing, but I do know how it works. I've never listened to the ones they released after he died, by the way. I might actually have to get onto that. And next we have the 25th anniversary version of Thriller. Again, this is kind of the same situation with the whole Back in Black thing. I got this and then I got that little box set, so. Plus it's a different version and it does have a lot of bonus tracks on it. And then we have History, Volume 1, Book 1, Michael Jackson. Of course, this has a greatest hits album and a studio album both. So the studio album half has Scream, which is a duet with his sister. They Don't Care About Us, which used to be my favourite Michael Jackson song, but it isn't anymore. Earth Song, which is beautiful. A cover of Come Together by the Beatles. You're Not Alone, which is brilliant. Definitely a good album, and the only complaint I have with the compilation part is it doesn't have Smooth Criminal, but apart from that, definitely good. Next we have MCR, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Of course, this is the MCR album literally just before the Black Parade. Stuff like Helena, I'm Not Okay, I Promise, stuff like that. Pretty good album, it's definitely not the best. And then, of course, Black Parade, My Chemical Romance. Of course, this has Welcome to the Black Parade, Cancer, Mama, Sleep, Teenagers, and of course my favourite MCR song, Famous Last Words. Such a kick-ass album, and that song kicks so much ass. And next, we're on to the cringy part. We got freaking Nickelback. Okay, so I used to be a really big Nickelback fan back when I first started getting into music, but now I've sort of softened on them. Curb is their first album. It has like one good song on it. Fly is a pretty good song. Apart from that this album's pretty bad. Next we got The State, the only Nickelback album I've never listened to the full way through. Breathe is a pretty good song. Everything I've heard off of this album I still consider to be pretty good. So Breathe, Cowboy Hat, Leader of Men. Leader of Men acoustic's pretty disappointing, but apart from that, this is actually a pretty good album. Of course, we got Silver Side Up, Nickelback's breakthrough album. So we have stuff like Never Again, How You Remind Me. I still think How You Remind Me is a pretty good song. A re-recorded version of Just 4 and Too Bad. So I actually do still like Too Bad and How You Remind Me. I still do think those are good songs. But yeah. This album, again, is pretty bad. It has Someday, and that's about it. So, yeah. And next, oh Jesus, here we go. We have All the Right Reasons. Oh my god, this album. Follow You Home, I can't believe I actually used to think that was a good song. That sounds awful. Fight for All the Wrong Reasons is awful. Photograph that's just a meme at this point. Animals, I actually do still think is alright. Saving Me is pretty good still. Far Away is pretty good still. Next Contestant's a bit fucked up. Side of a Bullet is pretty good, to be honest. If Everyone Cared is a good song. Someone That You're With is a bit shit, and Rockstar's just straight up bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Next we got Dark Horse, of course, one that's all about drugs, money, sex, shit like that. So we got stuff like Something in Your Mouth, which is cringy as fuck. Burn It to the Ground, sorry, which I still think is pretty good. Gotta Be Somebody, pretty good song. I Come For You is another really good song. The music video for that was really good. Next Go Round is a kick-ass song. I don't give a fuck what you say. Just to Get High is pretty good, I suppose. It's not the best. Never Gonna Be Alone is really good. Shaking Hands is weird. Sex, there's literally a song called Sex in this album. It's pretty bad, to be honest. If Today Was Your Last Day is really good, and This Afternoon is a pretty good party song. Next we have Here and Now, a Nickelback album that is honestly pretty bad. This Means War is a fucking kick-ass song. Then we have When We Stand Together, another really good song. Lullaby is a beautiful song, I absolutely love it. And Trying Not to Love You, absolutely amazing song. The music video was really like entertaining. And then we got No Fixed Address, their big pop album that they released. We got stuff like Million Miles an Hour, which is a pretty good song. Edge of a Revolution, which I can still jam out to today. I absolutely love it. What Are You Waiting For, which is alright. She Keeps Me Up, which is just a straight up disco like friggin' song. Make Me Believe Again, which is Satellite, which is good. The music video for it's good. And Get 'Em Up. I still listen to Get 'Em Up sometimes. But apart from that, that's about it off of that album. And then we have probably the only Nickelback album that I consider to be a legitimately fantastic album. Feed the Machine. I actually still love this album. This album's fantastic. So we have stuff like Feed the Machine, Coin for the Ferryman, Song on Fire, Must Be Nice, which admittedly is a bit cringy, but I still like it. After the Rain, For the River, Home, The Betrayal Act 3, Silent Majority, Every Time We're Together, and The Betrayal Act 1. All fantastic songs, and I absolutely love this album. I could still listen to this the full way through today. Love it. To be fair, it only came out like a year ago, but still. And then we have Nickelback's Greatest Hits, which is a bit shit, so I'll just put that away. And then we got something that I bet none of you were expecting. Cool Patrol by Ninja Sex Party. My review of this album is my most viewed video on my channel. And also, by the way, this just came in the mail yesterday. Seriously, the box that it came in is still here. So yeah, I got this. I ordered it like a couple days after the album came out. This is still a really good album. I stand by everything I said. Of course, the intro is hilarious. Cool Patrol is an amazing song. Orchie for One is a really good song. Danny Don't You Know is an amazing song. Release the Kraken's hilarious. Brian Goes to Soccer Practice. It's freaking hilarious. First Date is really funny. Smooth Talking is a funky sort of smooth jazz funk type song, but I really like. It's funny. Heartboner has grown on me, but it's still the weak point of the album. Romance Novel is absolutely hilarious. Eating Food in the Shower, again, kind of a disappointment, but whatever. Courtship of a Mermaid is really funny. GFY, go fuck yourself. No, that's what it stands for. Mansion Party is really funny, and the outro was hilarious. So, yeah, really good comedy album. Definitely, I would recommend it. If you're trying to get into the next party, this is the album to go with. Either this album or NSFW. Just don't go with Strawberries and Cream. That's a really bad album to start with. I mean, I still like that album, but still, it's not as good as the other stuff. Next we have Nirvana, Bleach, their debut album and their only album without Dave Grohl. There's only like one song on here that I constantly come back to, and that's About a Girl. It's pretty much the only song on here that I actually really like. And next, of course, we have Nirvana's biggest album, Nevermind. Of course, you got the picture of the baby. And then, of course, this song has stuff like Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is a song that everybody knows. In Bloom, Come As You Are, Breed, Lithium, Polly's a bit weird to be honest, Territorial Pissings. You know, everybody knows this album. And you know what? When it comes to Smells Like Teen Spirit, literally everyone knows the opening to that song. Seriously, just the opening. And of course the solo as well. Everybody knows that. Like, come on. Such an iconic song. Seriously. I mean, to be 100% fair, I did actually. Okay, if you didn't recognize the intro, that's because I fucked it up a little bit. But I haven't practiced it as much recently, so that's not really my fault. But whatever. Well, it is my fault for not practicing it, but whatever. So yeah, that was my fault. In Utero, this is a really good album. It was Kurt's last album before he shot himself. Of course, we got Heart Shaped Box, Rape Me, Come As You Are. It's a good album. It's a good album. Then we got Incesticide. Their B-sides compilation. The back of this is literally a duck. It's literally a duck. And of course Sliver, everybody knows Sliver, that's a freaking kick-ass song. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Next, we have Nirvana's Greatest Hits album, their self-titled album. And this album actually has You Know You're Right on it, which is a pretty good song. This actually disappeared off of Apple Music, I'm not sure why. For some reason, Greatest Hits albums have been disappearing off of Apple Music recently. Of course, then we got Panic at the Disco, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. Really good album. Of course, this is the one that has a friggin'... I already forget what it's called. I Write Sins Not Tragedies on it. That's the one that everybody knows. I chime in that the haven't you people ever heard of. Closing the goddamn door now. Like, come on. Of all Panic at the Disco songs, plus that's what everybody always chooses. Then we got Pretty Odd. This album came out 10 years ago now, that's insane. Of course, we got stuff like 9 in the Afternoon, that Green Gentleman. Was it even That Green Gentleman? Or was it Odd? It's something like that. Good album, it's very Beatles sort of inspired. What the hell just happened? Oh, my Xbox freaked out, okay. Next we got Vices and Virtues. After everybody at this point had left except for Brendan and Spencer. So this album has stuff like Ballad of Mona Lisa and stuff. This was whenever they sort of started to go down the more pop rocky type path. And I don't have the one in between then. But then of course after everybody left, Brendan decided to continue on with Panic at the Disco, and he released Death of a Bachelor with stuff like Victorious, Hallelujah, Emperor's New Clothes, and the title track where he thinks he's Frank Sinatra for some reason. And next we got Queen Greatest Hits, bunch of good songs on here. Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust, We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You, Crazy Little Thing Called Love, Somebody to Love, Don't Stop Me Now, Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls, Killer Queen. Awesome. Then we have their second Greatest Hits album, which has stuff like Under Pressure, Radio Gaga, I Want It All, Innuendo, I Want to Break Free. All fantastic. Then we have a band I guarantee you've never heard of, Rat Boy, with their debut album Scum, which literally came out last year. YouTube shoved this band down my throat at one point with ads, so I decided to listen to some of their songs, and I actually kind of liked it, so I decided to pick up their debut album on CD. Yeah, check it out, it's actually really good. Their YouTube channel has changed from being called Rat Boy to Scum Studios now, but go actually listen to some of their songs. Listen to Knock 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 and Laid Back, those are the two ones to get into. They're definitely really good. Next we have Blurry Face by 21 Pilots, of course Heavy Dirty Soul, Stressed Out, Ride, Lean Boy. Friggin' this album's overrated, to be honest. That's the only 21 Pilots album I have. I am excited for the new album Trench, by the way. Definitely going to be good. Then we have Red Hot Chili Peppers, Stadium Arcadium. Definitely a really good double album with stuff like Danny California and Snow Hayo. Snow Hayo, how does John Frusciante play that? So hard, man. Okay, this is freaking out. Then we have their newest album, The Getaway, which I got as a gift, so that's the only reason I actually got it. But yeah, it has Goodbye Angels on it, which is a pretty good song. Next we have Red Hot Chili Peppers' Greatest Hits album with stuff like Under the Bridge, Give It Away, Californication, Scar Tissue, Stuck My Kiss, Other Side, By the Way, Breaking the Girl, Higher Ground, stuff like that. Then we have Skillet's newest album, Unleashed. A lot of people give this album a lot of shit. I actually really like this. Stuff like Feel Invincible, Back from the Dead, The Resistance, Stars, Burn It Down. Was Undefeated? Undefeated was on this album, right? Pretty sure it was. Or was that not? That could have been another album, actually. No, Undefeated is on here. I really liked it. John Cooper's absolutely kick-ass vocals. Seth Morrison's really settled in well since he joined the band. Of course, Jen Ledger, still fantastic drummer, fantastic vocalist, you know, and Corey Cooper, she's still writing really good stuff, and I really hope they come out with a new album soon because I'm freaking looking forward to it. Next, okay, so whenever I went to buy stuff, the only two Skillet albums I had were Unleashed and Vital Signs, so I just got both of them. This is the Greatest Hits album, and it's stuff like, I love every song off of this album. So it has Rebirthing, hold on a sec. Sorry about that. So Rebirthing, which, okay, their last drummer wasn't as good of a singer as Jen Ledger, but whatever. Monster, Awake and Alive, The Last Night, of course, again, the old drummer wasn't as good. Whispers in the Dark, this is the good song off of Comatose, because like the freaking other drummer wasn't singing. Not Gonna Die, the title track off of Comatose, Hero, Sick of It, and Rise. The only song I kind of wish was on here was, what was it called? I forget what it was called. The ballad off of Comatose. The Older I Get, that's what it was. I wish that was on there. Slipknot, I got this at this is Slipknot Duality. I only actually got this at like a car boot sale one time. Of course, it has Before I Forget, which is a kick-ass fucking song. Absolutely love that. Only Slipknot album I have, although I do wish I had more. Okay, again, I did a stupid, and I put these two albums in the wrong order, so I'm just going to talk about them like this. Okay, so System of a Down, their debut self-titled album with stuff like Sugar and Spiders, stuff like that. Really good. Really good stuff. And war with a question mark. Friggin' stupid. And then we got Toxicity, which is their breakthrough album with stuff like Chop Suey, Aerials, of course the title track Toxicity. All really good songs. Of course, everybody knows Chop Suey. Then I don't have Steal This Album, but I do have Mesmerize. I'm going to talk about Mesmerize and Hypnotize together, because they're pretty much a double album. So these two albums were absolutely fantastic. When listened to together, it's amazing. Actually, fun fact, this one opens this way, and this one opens this way, so they were kind of meant to be, they're sort of meant to be put together in a weird way, if you know what I mean. They're meant to be placed like this, so that on either side you can see the covers. But yeah, it's really cool. So of course on this you got stuff like BYOB, the Soldier Side intro, all that kind of stuff. Then on here you got the full song Soldier Side. Listening to Soldier Side with the intro beforehand, by the way, is a really good idea. You should totally do that. Then we have stuff like Hypnotize, Lonely Day, all that really good stuff. Daryl should have sang more on more of his own stuff in those albums. But I really wish Just a Moment of Time would come back, because obviously they're not coming back because they say they don't really have chemistry anymore. But if they ever do release another album, totally gonna pick it up. Because this is the last album they ever released, and that was in 2005. I'm also probably never going to get the chance to see them, because they only ever really tour in America, so that sucks. But that's it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure you leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below saying which one of those albums was your favourite out of all the ones you've actually heard. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all next time. Peace. Totally stole that from Smike, by the way.